Hey guys, William here with Patriot Containers. If you're new to my channel, I expose with what the horrible cargo container companies are doing to you guys in my videos. I've been selling containers for 13 years. I used to work for bad companies 13 years ago. All bad cargo containers companies, and by the way, it's 90% of all of them, are all guilty of the same thing. They sell junk. They take too long to deliver. They lie about what they're selling. They mislead you, which is the same thing as lying. And 1 to 3 months later, you get a crappy container with or without holes. A lot of customers request cheap containers with no holes. A lot of crappy companies don't purchase wind and watertight. They purchase damaged and as is. Because I used to work for companies that I'm exposing, I know exactly how they operate. I know who they buy from. I know what they're buying. I know why they can't do anything wrong. If you've seen my videos before, you'll notice that I talk about terms and conditions a lot lately. I always wondered how these companies get away with highway robbery. And that's what it is. It's highway robbery, criminal sales, where you put all your trust into one of these companies and you think you're totally protected by all the crap that they told you. Come to find out, you're not protected at all, and you're basically scammed and totally screwed over, and you're at the mercy of what that company brings you when it arrives. And if you're not happy, too bad, not their fault. And they're never accountable, and they'll never lose a penny on you to fix the problem that they created. I started Patriot Containers 11 years ago because I stand against that 100%. And now, four or 5 months ago, I started making YouTube videos exposing these types of companies. I've actually been sued by the number 2 crappiest company in America, that has the most complaints I've ever seen, and they're never accountable, and they sell junk, and they take forever to deliver. They say they don't have cancellation fees. In the lawsuit, it says we have a cancellation fee after 5 minutes. They say they don't have a restocking fee, but in the lawsuit, it says Blank Containers doesn't have a restocking fee for any containers that have never left the depot. I'm right. They're wrong. I wear that as a badge of honor. These types of companies that are selling you guys containers, they do not want you to see my videos. I'm the only one on YouTube exposing how this industry really is and how they're getting away with criminal sales, and they should be shut down. They should have a state's attorney general look into their business and either somebody needs to tell them how to sell containers correctly and with honesty, or they need to be shut down. I'm always talking about terms and conditions on these guys' websites. Patriot Containers literally doesn't have a terms and conditions on my website. I don't. I've been in business for 11 years. I have 4 complaints from 4 people that never bought a container from me. 3 of them, if you actually read them, they never bought a container from me. They were mean and nasty people, and I was mean and nasty on the phone back. I'm a business owner. I can talk to people however I want. And I'm nice to nice people. I'm a jerk to jerk people. My 4th recent complaint, I made a YouTube video about it. Some idiot named Nathan Shepard that plays a stupid guitar and goes to venues and posts all of his venue information on his Facebook. That guy left me a horrible review. He never bought a container from me. I don't know who he is. He probably is affiliated with one of these crappy companies. He's actually affiliated, I believe, with this company. I'm about to read their terms and conditions, and I'll tell you why. So I have I copy and pasted their terms and conditions because I'm going to read it. But I edited out the company name and changed it with the company, okay? I want to start this. This is, I don't know the title of this video yet, but it's going to be Understanding Terms and Conditions from these crappy cargo container companies, and you're going to realize why I'm right, and this is the information that they don't want you to see. So this could be the most important video that I post. My first most important video was, what is wind and watertight really? That was a good one. So let's get into this. Taxes. Customer agrees to assume exclusive liability for and to pay, and hold the company harmless from all sales or use taxes. So that means they don't have to charge you a tax. You're responsible for paying your taxes. They don't have to tell you that. It just has to be on their terms and conditions. Terms. Upon delivery, the customer will receive a proof of delivery form from the driver. The customer understands that they are required to inspect the container upon delivery. By signing the proof of delivery form, the customer confirms acceptance of the container in good condition. Any future issues will be addressed as specified in the warranty policy of this agreement. I've addressed this in videos because I read the complaints and I read with what the customers are saying. This specific company that I'm reading their terms and conditions, they are number one shittiest company in America that has the most complaints in the shortest amount of time. I've read on this company, not once, probably like 10 times, that when the driver gets there with your container, the driver is going to instruct you to sign an authorization to unload the container. And then you can inspect it after. What you don't understand, though, is you're signing something, but underneath it, you're actually signing their proof of delivery form before it's even unloaded. So it could be the crappiest container in the world. You've signed something that says you're accepting the container as is in good condition. They totally tricked you. Now, this driver does not work for the company. He's a third-party guy that has a tilt up and down trailer that they hired. I'm always lenient on drivers because drivers are at the mercy of what the company has purchased for you as a customer. And their job is to pick it up. If a company always buys crappy, damaged as-is containers, the driver's just going to pick up and go. He doesn't care because they bought you a crappy container and he sees what the release number is. My drivers don't do that because I don't purchase crappy containers for my customers. They know that when they're there to pick up, it's cargo worthy, IICL, or new one-trippers. I don't purchase damaged as-is or wind and watertight. They all suck. But when a company tells a driver to make the customer sign this form before you unload the container, that driver is hired by that company. He's got to do that. Is it wrong? Yes, totally wrong. It's wrong for the company to do this. They're making you sign an acceptance agreement before you can even inspect your container. Suppose the container is rejected upon delivery due to space limitations or for any reason not eligible based on these terms and conditions. In that case, the company reserves the right to deduct a dry run fee for any amount up to twice the delivery fee from the customer's invoice. So you could pay the delivery twice and not get a significant money back. In the event that a customer cancels their order within 24 hours of the scheduled delivery date, a 25% cancellation fee will be deducted. So what they're saying here is, let's say your delivery is $700. They can charge you $700 times 2, which means you're going to lose $1,400. And then you're also going to lose 25% of what your total invoice amount is. So if your total invoice amount is $4,000, you've lost $1,400 plus $1,000. So 4,000 minus 2,400, you're only getting back $1,600. Crazy amount of money lost. During the delivery process, the customer can request a specific location to drop off the container. Suppose the truck gets stuck during the container delivery. In that case, the customer is fully responsible for getting the delivery truck out or towed. In addition, the customer must pay an hourly rate time fee of $100 an hour to compensate for the driver's time. You know, in 11 years of me doing this, I've I think I've had a truck get stuck. I'm trying to go by my memory. Maybe 3 to 5 times. I think maybe I paid for it once, and then sometimes my drivers paid for it for themselves. These companies are looking to suck money from you any way they can to never be accountable for anything. The company shall not be responsible for any loss or damage caused by a late or delayed delivery. So a lot of these bad companies, they say free next day delivery. And then you don't get a container on the next day, but it was a lie. Then the salesperson says 7 to 10 business days for delivery. And then you never get a call, and you have to call them, and it's not scheduled yet. But on the bottom of their invoice, it says 20 business days. Well, 20 business days is 30 days, okay? That's a month. But you weren't told that. It just says that. What you guys are being told is different than what's happening. That's the whole point of my videos. But if you read these complaints on these types of companies, and here's the tall tale signs of crappy company. We're nationwide. We're the most reviewed. Go to our Google, go to our BBB, but don't go to our Yelp because we have a bad score on Yelp, and Yelp takes down our fake reviews. We have lifetime warranties. We have, if you don't like your container in 30, 60, 90 days, you can get a full refund. Well, in their terms and conditions, it's going to say something else. They're using sales pitches and lies to take your money, and then you're screwed. So if they take 1 to 3 months and give you 10 different lies, they're basically saying that they're not responsible for that, and you're going to be charged a cancellation fee. See, these companies can take orders, and they do deliver containers someday. They might not be in good condition, but there's a difference between a scam and a bad company. A bad company just offers a horrible service, is not accountable, and they deliver junk. A scam just steals your money and you don't get anything. But, technically these guys can just take orders like this, take an order, throw it off to the side, and wait for you to cancel. They're still going to get paid. They're going to get 25% commission. I don't even make 25% on my containers. In case of a delay in delivery, postponement of the delivery date by the customer, and the customer's further request to cancel the order, the company has the right to charge a cancellation fee up to 25% of the customer's invoice. It's a lot of money, people. It's a lot. Customers who choose to pick up the container understand that once they have received the release information sent to their email address, they cannot cancel or change the order unless they inform the company and wait 5 business days for the release to be voided. A penalty cancellation fee up to 25%. And refuse to pick up your purchase container. The company or the customer understands that once they receive the release information, they must pick up the container within 7 business days free of charge. The company can charge $25 a day storage fee after 7 days. I have customers that don't need delivery and they pick up all the time. I don't tell them they have to pick up in 7 days. The shipping line starts getting a little upset when the container is sitting there longer than 30 days, and I don't charge per day. If you order from me, I'm going to tell you, hey, here's your release number for the proper container that you want and the proper container I'm selling you. Just don't leave it there for 30 days. After 30 days, I start getting screamed at by the shipping lines. And most companies are like, yeah, I'm going to pick it up in 2 weeks. This company, if you don't pick it up in 7 days, they're going to charge you money. In case of chargebacks or any extra fees resulting from any of the conditions mentioned under the return and cancellation policy, the customer understands that the company has the right to chase the funds by sending the unpaid bills and dues to collection agencies and pursue legal action to make the customer accountable. Customers will be responsible for paying the collections and legal fees. So they're basically saying, if you don't pay this, we're going to sue you and we're going to come after you with we've done everything wrong, but you need to pay. And if you don't pay, we're going to pursue legal action. Warranty policy. The customer must thoroughly inspect the container upon delivery. The company will not be held responsible for replacing the container if the customer fails to identify the damage upon delivery and signs the proof of delivery form. I don't think you guys should ever sign anything. Don't sign in the beginning. Don't sign in the middle. Don't sign on delivery day. Don't sign anything. They're going to drop that container if you don't sign. They need you to sign this document to screw yourself over. Stop signing stuff. But again, remember, they're going to trick you on delivery day when the driver gets there. Hey, you have to sign this so I can unload it. Well, flip up the page. You might want to read what's above what you're signing. The company will assist the customer accordingly to this warranty policy if the customer overlooks the damage upon delivery. Remember what I said in my previous videos. Here, these companies sell a new one, but there's 5 different conditions of use. They only sell one used. And so they describe one used as always the same, whether it's good or it's bad or it's the worst or rustiest piece of junk or holes. All used containers are subject to rust, dings, dents. Customers cannot reject the container because of aesthetics issues or color preferences. Color, you shouldn't be picky on color, but if they deliver you a heavily corroded, rusty old container and you were sold something nice, you should be able to reject that because they misled you and they lied to you. They sold you something nice, they delivered you something crappy. They're basically saying you cannot refuse our containers based off of looks. The company disclaims all representation and warranties expressed or implied as any matter whatsoever except for the guarantees listed below. 25-year leak warranty on all shipping containers. In the event of leaks or holes caused by rust or a non-rusting material will be provided for the customer to apply the affected area. These companies are notorious for selling containers with holes. They'll show up in the middle of the night so you don't see it, get the driver out of there, you see it the next day. Their warranty is, we're not replacing the container, we're going to send you JB Weld or a fiberglass patch kit. 25-year structural warranty on all shipping containers. The warranty covers significant structural defects that impair the container's ability to serve its intended purpose. This includes frame, walls and roof, flooring. None of these companies, they will never, ever apply their warranty toward number one, I think their warranty is total bullshit. But it never addresses the doors. You could have doors that are bent. You can have doors that don't shut. You can have latches that don't latch. You can have latches that are completely broken and bent, not covered. You can have a door with a hole in it, not covered. Exclusions. Common exclusions includes damage caused by improper use or overloading, cosmetic issues like surface rust. There's a difference between surface rust and cancer corrosion. These cheap containers that they buy for you guys are cheap for a reason, because they're horrendous old as-is containers with or without holes, but they have heavy corrosion and you can't sand it off. You have to cut it out and replace it. They're basically saying, they're not describing the rust correctly. They're just basically saying surface rust. It sounds better. Surface rust, dents, or scratches do not affect structural integrity. Return policy. In case of an irreparable damage to the container, returns are accepted within 90 days of delivery. Here's where they get you. They'll tell you you have a full refund on their return policy. The customer is responsible for all return shipping costs. The customer must arrange the return by hiring a carrier. That means they're not going to do it. The company is not responsible for replacing the container if the customer accepts it. Remember, if you sign that agreement, they're not responsible for replacing your container. The customer needs to coordinate return details with the company and return the container to a designated location specified by the company. They can say they have a return 60 day, 90 whatever refund policy. They don't have to honor it, and they're going to make it as difficult as possible And I highly think that no customer is ever going to get a return policy that they're going to be happy with. Cancellation policy. The company is required to fulfill the order within 20 business days of receipt. So right then and there, they're basically saying from the time of your order, the company is to fulfill and have delivery done within 20 business days. Again, that's a month. If the customer cancels the order before the specified period, the company has the right to deduct a cancellation fee up to 25% of the invoice and refund the remaining balance within 5 business days. Accuracy of information. Occasionally, this is funny too, because this is basically saying, my previous video I made this morning about how companies post pictures on their website and tell customers to go there and to see the containers that they plan on selling you, but customers complain all the time that the pictures on their website isn't with what arrived, and they're pissed off and they leave complaints because they were misled. This addresses that. Occasionally, there will be information on the website that contains typographical errors, inaccuracies, or omissions that may relate to product descriptions, pricing, availability, and promotions and offers. We reserve the right to correct any errors, inaccuracies, or omissions, and to change or update information or cancel orders if any information on the website or services is inaccurate at any time without prior notice, including after you have submitted your order. We undertake no obligation to update, amend, or clarify information on the website, including, without limitation, pricing information except for required by law. Links to other resources. So some of these companies, specifically this is the number one worst company in America. If you go on Facebook, you're going to see that these sellers have their own Facebook accounts and they're 1099. So that what it says is affiliated by this company. What I'm about to read says that if that person sells you something, the company is not responsible for anything. Although the website and services may link to other resources such as websites, mobile applications, we are not directly or indirectly implying any approval, association, sponsorship, endorsement, or affiliation with any linked resources unless specifically stated. I don't know what this word is. Some of the links on the website may be affiliate links. This means if you click on the link and purchase an item, the company will receive an affiliate commission. We are not responsible for examining or evaluating, and we do not warrant the offerings of any businesses or individuals or the content of their resources. We do not assume any responsibility or liability for the actions, products, services, and content of any other third parties. You should carefully review the legal statements and other conditions of use of any resource which you access through a link on the website and services. You're linking to any other off-site resources at your own risk. I keep telling you guys this. So this is number one, the worst company in America. They haven't been around long. They have the most complaints I've ever seen in a cargo container company ever. Their terms and conditions is 3 pages. The next company I'm going to be reading in a different video, their terms and conditions are 14 pages, and it's all the same. It almost seems like they copy and paste this crap. Obviously, some lawyer or chat GPT wrote this garbage, and it's designed to protect the company but screw you guys over as customers. You guys, I in all my videos, I say go to these websites and scroll to the very bottom. It's a little thing called terms and conditions. It's there. It says, basically, you're screwed. That's what it is. I don't have this, people. Patriot Containers puts customers first, Patriot Containers last. 11 years I've been in business. I've sold 15,000 containers. I don't have not one complaint from a real buyer of mine that actually bought a container. And I don't even have terms and conditions that protect me like this at all. If I did, I would have complaints. If I sold crappy containers, I would have complaints. If I lied about things, I would have complaints. So, anyways, guys, that's it. I'll be reading more terms and conditions on other companies shortly, and they're all going to be the same, a little bit different, a little bit price differences. But that's it. All right, have a good one, guys. Bye.